Natural compost for the garden. Hey gardeners, we are at a brand new job site today. This is Jessica and Jose's backyard, beautiful, ultimate, entertaining space that we are creating. We started about 4 hours ago and you can see we've already made a lot of progress. One of the most fun features here is this space in the center. All of this will be room for an outdoor dining area. As of now, they don't really have a lot of intention with their backyard other than this random fire pit that was here when they moved in. So we are giving this whole space a lot of intention and love and functionality. So we have 2 boxes here in this garden space that does have lighting. They'll all be lit up at night, which is always a stellar choice. The big trellis in the back will offer a little bit of privacy, which will be in the next couple of days. One big thing for me though was to capture this space over here that they weren't really using. We are going to encapsulate this whole area with a granite and cobblestone border. So when you lean back and you hang out by the fire, oh, all right, well, we might have to address something here. So I just sat down in this space and I'm recognizing the slope is a little steep. So, you know, if you have a few cocktails, you don't want to stand up and just fall back. So I might need to talk to the homeowner about that one to perhaps raise up this land just to give it a little more level space. All right, Jessica, so I know we have the game plan to create a space here with the granite and the cobblestone border. So why don't you take a seat over there and let me know what you think. My idea to kind of correct this is obviously this fire pit's not going anywhere, but just so you don't, have too much fallback, we can actually build like a little retaining wall. We'll keep the cobblestone border and just build it higher on this side so it holds the land in. Is that okay with you? And then it's like, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta hoist myself out of here, so.
To level it out and everything.
Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. So one unique thing about this project is we're not just overhauling their backyard, but we're actually beautifying the entire property. So let me show you what else we're doing. Coming out of this backyard, right now it's just sod and nothing. And I'm all about connecting the dots to make sure where your paths are flowing you to where you want to be, the hangout place, right? The ultimate entertainment garden space. So all of this will get gutted and we will put in our granite paths. So of course, the front of the house matters too, right? It's the first thing people see. And right now we're really working with a blank slate. There's not that much going on. For instance, between the concrete and the house, this is just a lot of dullness, right? So we want to jazz it up. And then as we get up here, this little overhang needs to be corrected. So we will take it down to the base and regrade it, re-level it, re-glue it, restack it. And in that process, we'll pull that cap over just so the sidewalk is a full clean path to the front door. In here, we have to get rid of the cactus. Who knew cactus is even growing in here in Illinois? I mean, it's kind of growing, but you can see it's really not thriving. So I want to put in a perennial that does thrive here. And in this case, she loved hydrangeas. So when you come back, you'll see these big, beautiful tufts of flowers and hydrangeas in a nice level border. So another unique thing about this project is the vantage point. They have a deck that was already here when they moved in. When you look down, the vantage of this outdoor dining and the boxes and the big trellis, it's really gonna have this beautiful wow factor. All right, so barring any other additions to this project, which may or may not happen, we'll be wrapping this project up in a couple days, and I can't wait to show you the final product when we are debuting our ultimate entertainment garden space. Hey, we are back at the Ocampo's casa. So excited to show you the afters. It turned out incredible. Before we go meet her in the back in the garden, I want to show you how it turned out in the front. We popped in a nice row of lavender in this perennial bed that just didn't really have anything going on there useful. Last time we were here, this pathway, this sidewalk actually ran into their little retaining wall. So we totally corrected that. So now you won't stub your toe here because I am totally prone to doing that. So if this were my home, that would be the first thing I would want to check off the list too, right? So we got it out of the way, we leveled it out. It's nice and sturdy, you can walk on it. Before it was kind of collapsing a little bit, so no more issues here. And this little guy, why I'm carrying him, this is a little piece of the cactus that we took out from the front bed here. I don't like to just throw plants away, so when possible, I repurpose them. So I said, what the heck, I'm gonna just throw this in a little pot with some extra little succulent pieces I had laying around, and it's been doing really well. So, okay, let's go see what is going on in the back. The path that we installed here turned out really good. It's actually kind of an illusion. It almost looks like we installed the driveway. It's really hard to tell. And then it takes you straight back into the backyard where all the fun happens. Hello, Jess.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Look at this magic around here.
Yeah.
This is a little gift for you.
Thank you.
Do you recognize this little guy?
Was it from the front?
Yes. So we are in the ultimate backyard oasis here. I mean, look at what you have now compared to where it started.
Yeah.
What has been like the story of this year? What's been the coolest thing about this whole space?
Yeah, everything. I mean, I just love coming out here every morning, seeing what I can find, and just picking like anything from the garden for my lunch, for my dinner. And it's just so nice to see the popolo that grew.
I know. This was one of our crazy, again, another crazy experiment gone well. Like 2 very good thumbs up here. So we have made it to the point where we've planted the garden. All of the other plants are in, and we saved the very last thing, which is the most special thing we're planting in this garden, popolo seed. Very excited to try this out. Jess and Jose, they're gonna do the honors. I would say we just kind of sprinkle it along the edge of the garden box. Beautiful, and we can kind of spread those out a little bit if we get a big cluster here. This is a total experiment with growing popolo. Stay tuned on if it grows or not. This is popolo, and before I met Jess and Jose, I had no idea what popolo was, and how would you describe it?
It's kind of like almost like a cilantro almost, right? You just pick off the leaves, you can eat it, put it in your guac or make a salsa with it.
And it's original to Mexico?
Yeah, from specifically Guerrero.
Guerrero,
yeah.
Cool. I love it, I love it.
My parents are from, so.
It's a crazy big world out there, and sometimes when we garden in our own little zones, in our own little worlds, we forget, you know, that there's thousands of other different things you can grow. So I'm super grateful to have this experience. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I bought some seeds on Etsy. I was like, just want some popolo. I don't even know what this is. Let's give it a whirl. We sprinkled those seeds in, and then look at this. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Before this was nothing, we first wanted to just do granite here, and then Jess bought a table and realized the granite was just like, it was just not working.
Right, they would get stuck.
Yeah, like the chairs were kind of sinking. So we actually came back a month or so after we completed her project to actually relocate the granite from the central table area to put in bluestone, which I think is so beautiful. It really kind of frames the table nicely. You did a great job picking this table out.
Yeah,
it's really perfect. The color scheme, all of it. And the bluestone, really nice touch with the orange in there that kind of ties in with the boxes. The blue ties in with all the other granite blues. So that was a killer decision. Back here at the fires, if you remember from the befores, this was just sod and a fire pit with a massive slope down the back. And I remember coming here, this wasn't in the original game plan, and then I was like, how are we going to make this functional? Because this chair, without this retaining wall that we decided to do, without this chair would be, you know, you'd almost be like dangerous sitting in it. You'd be flying back. So now you get to sit down in your chairs, kick your feet up, and there's no fear at all of flopping backwards. So this was a good call too. You are a professional gardener now. I've worked with Jess how many times? Like 2 or 3 times throughout the season. I'd come over, teach her the ropes and, you know, when to harvest, what to use for fertilize. You have done
I tried.
Such an amazing job. So talk to me. What do we have?
So just recently we did some broccoli, and then you convinced me to do the mustard seed.
Mustard greens?
Or the mustard greens, yeah.
Because I knew you loved the color purple.
Yeah.
Do you want to try a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just go for it.
Right.
Here, why don't you try that one? Tell me what you think.
Oh, it's really, really good.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Wait for it, it's a slow burn.
Oh,
Do you feel the heat? Yeah. This arbor was a really good design element. Obviously it looks beautiful, but it certainly gives these rambunctious tomatoes and rampicante a place to actually go. So I did convince Jess, like most of my clients, you gotta grow rampicante. Just for the conversational piece and value of it all. How many people have asked you, what is that?
Oh, so many. Yeah. It's just the fact how they grew side by side too.
I know, it's like two of them just dangling around. Ooh, maybe don't put that on there. What do we have here?
A bunch of arugula. And then we just did the romaine lettuce too as part of the fall. We did the purple carrots here.
Oh, cool. Have you harvested any carrots yet?
No.
Do you want to do it?
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. This is Jess harvesting her first carrot.
Ooh.
Fun fact, Jess, you birth babies into this world, right?
Oh yeah, I do.
She literally is birthing her first carrot into her garden world right now.
Oh man, it's really deep in there. It's not dilating.
The soil hasn't dilated.
I really do need
I can see the head.
Here.
Right? It's right there. It's crowding. So maybe if we just leave it like this, you can kind of dig around in there.
Yeah,
try
like
that.
Doing with my fingers.
We're seeing Jess live at work. Birthing babies and birthing carrots. Oh lordy, that one just wants to live there.
I know.
The adventures of gardening. Oh dear. Oh, we broke that. Little carrot top. You can actually eat this. Do you juice?
Yeah.
Put in your juice.
Ooh.
She's working at it. Well, I thought this was going to be a great idea.
We'll come back to this.
Oh, I heard a crack.
It might just be Jess's fingers.
I know, right? We did it!
Yes.
We did it!
Look at that!
Oh, what are you gonna name it?
Dinner.
That's a good carrot right there, though. Would you say this was the most difficult of harvesting that you've had to deal with?
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
good. Usually it's much easier. One final detail that I forgot to mention too is the lighting. We actually kicked around some ideas of putting in a shade. We kind of wanted to try to do that. We just didn't really have good attachment points to our house being a split level. And we switched gears and decided, well, a garden can always use more lights. It's an outdoor dining space. You're out here all the time. So with these black pipes, we actually added in some medicine bulbs. So that turned out really good, actually. It's all an ambiance here. I mean, you get the good energy, the good juju from the plants, and you get the lights, spotlights up on the trellis. This gets a little darker. I'm sure it's a really, really good scene.
It is.
Yeah, awesome. So what's something unique that you learned this season?
All the possibilities that you can do with it. With a fennel, you could just harvest the bulb, or you can just come out here and just, pick on the little, fronds from time to time. I think just that, and just being able to come out and experiment and see, oh, what can I do next? How can I save this? Or how can I incorporate this into my meals and share it too? I think that's the other unique thing. Like, it's been so abundant that it's like, oh, I need to give some of it away. So I think that's been a really good experience, is just sharing and experimenting.
One last thing, we got to check out the view from the top, because I think that's part of the coolest thing of your space. It's so unique. Just taking in this whole vibe, even when you're up here and then you just get to look down at this. This is super cool. Well, I can't wait to see what it looks like next season. Maybe we'll try out some new things. Anything you want to try next year?
I have a couple of things written down, maybe like some banana peppers or some eggplant.
Cool. Yeah.
We'll see.
Keep the list growing, because I can definitely do pretty much anything you throw at me.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much. Yep. Enjoy your little carrot baby.
I know.
Congratulations. But wait, there's a little bit more I need to show you guys. Don't go anywhere yet. I have so much to tell you about Kate's garden. Let's go check it out. Hi, Kate.
down.
What do we got?
I don't know. You tell me. No, I'm just kidding. You've taught me so much. I feel like I know about 80% of the things that are here.
That's awesome.
Which is good for a newbie.
Well, did you know that it's fall time and we actually are supposed to plant new babies?
New babies.
It's not just for the spring, but we actually get a second little bonus round at the end of the season. This season has been incredible. I am so extremely proud of Kate. You have done phenomenal.
You're so nice.
Yeah.
She's too nice.
No, I'm not too nice. I'm honest. Trust me, I've seen some gardens.
Well, you've been
This is a garden.
You've been an amazing teacher. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Well, let me put this down. I'm gonna give you a hug. So here we are back at Kate's Garden, one of my very, very special projects of 2023. So excited to actually be able to enjoy this space. It's been quite the trajectory to get here, but let's take a little tour. The outdoor dining area is ready for a table. I know Kate's been looking around trying to see what her options are. So by next year, we'll have some outdoor dining out here. The grill is one of my main exciting things, not just of her project, but of my career. This is the first time I've done an outdoor little kitchen island, and it went really smooth. I worked with a fabricator to put in a tabletop here, put in some lights. It lights up at night. It's gorgeous and super functional. We popped in a couple peach trees that are doing fabulous. As the arborvitaes grow, it'll provide a lot of privacy here. And the most exciting thing, the thing I dearly love, is this beautiful fire pit that's inside the garden space. So we really are walking into a garden dream here, for real. And I have spent many a nights with Kate chilling on her chairs over here, and we just drink our cacao, we enjoy the fire, we're like in awe of all this garden beauty around us. So it really is a vibe out here, whereas before it was literally nothing. Kate's first experience of planting, what was your first plant?
Mustard greens.
Mustard green queen.
So it was here. It was huge.
It was massive. It was your first plant ever. You grew the biggest mustard green plant I've literally ever seen. All right, Kate, what are we doing?
I'm planting my first plant. I dug the hole. I put in the worm meal.
Worm castings.
The worm castings, the blood meal.
Yes.
And in between that, I put in azomite and my feather meal.
You got it. All right. So now you're going to gently tip that plant upside down, squeeze the pot a little bit and catch it.
Squeeze it.
Yeah. And you'll just catch the plant.
Okay.
You've birthed a baby plant.
Now I put it in.
Okay. So see the root systems?
Yeah.
How it's a little gnarly?
Yeah.
Stick your finger in the middle and gently loosen that up. Pop it in. Make sure it's at the same height as the soil level.
Did I do it?
You did.
Now
Check
I
it
put
out.
this here.
You did it.
I planted my first plant.
Yay! Congratulations. You're a mustard green mama. I mean, it was crazy. It was as tall as this trellis. Awesome. And so now we have a little cleared spot, and I feel it's appropriate to pop a new one in. You want it?
Okay.
Now this time I brought you red carpet mustard green.
Ooh.
Isn't she a beaut?
She's beautiful.
Yeah, so she'll have some green striations in there.
Okay.
But the majority of her leaves are this like brilliant purpley red color. I'm gonna go grab the gloves.
Okay.
And now you know what to do.
All right, so Karen taught me there are all these little root systems at the bottom, and you have to just loosen it up a little bit so that they will assimilate to the hole. Just put it in. And then you just push that back over.
It's been so fun to see through a true beginner's eyes how to garden. You know, something that I've done.
How do I hold this? What is this thing?
10,000 times over I do this, and it's just like, you know, it's like breathing to me. I know what, you know, you take it out, but it's so beautiful to experience this like through like a baby's eyes.
I feel like I'm a baby.
You're a baby, an earth baby. Let's talk about her favorite vegetable, Kate's favorite vegetable of this entire season. What is it?
So I see these Jurassic Park-sized leaves. They're called mustard greens, and they're my favorite thing. They're called
collard greens.
Yes.
There we go. There we go.
Collard greens. I love them.
Harvest
and
a few leaves here.
Okay.
I mean, look at this. This is crazy. This is a collard green leaf. I mean, it's like bigger than we're collard green.
Are you kidding?
Heads.
Oh, she taught me this. So there's a spider on this because it's spider
season.
So she taught me this. You shake it, and the spider will always reach for the ground.
Yep. See that little white guy?
Now he is on the ground. And there he's on the ground. The old Kate would have been like, oh. I respect nature now. I bow down to the Karen goddess of the garden. We should just eat this.
Do you want to eat it? So this is what we do now. We just pick food out of the yard and just eat it.
Do we cheers tomatoes?
I was just thinking the exact same thing. So cheers to you. Cheers to your first garden season. All the magic that's happened, all the magic to continue to happen as we pull in more good times here.
Cheers, my
Cheers.
friend.
Love you.
Love you.
That's good.
It's really good.
Really good.
I've never done this in my life.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
So see those seeds?
an adventure woman.
You're an adventure. You're pioneering the land. That's the seed that produces one plant.
So cool.
It's wild, isn't it?
Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome. Stay tuned for next season as we continue to beautify this space. We actually have really fun plans in the works for putting in a water feature. So stay tuned on how that one turns out. Cheers.
Cheersies.
Cheers.